For the last 10 years, I have been covering my house in Christmas lights. And I've used a variety of incandescent and LED and C9 and C6 bulbs. So today I'm going to show you all of the different bulbs that I put on my house and how I light up the whole neighborhood. So quickly, let's first go through incandescent bulbs. I have the normal incandescent mini bulbs right here. I use these inside and outside. This strand has many different colors on it. Works really well. It has a nice glow when you use incandescent bulbs. So I really like these. I also have a bunch of strands that are one color. These are red right here. They're the normal incandescent. I have red, blue, green, different colors. I used them on garden cages last year and made little trees that hooked up to a timer, and then they would flash on and off. I also use C9 bulbs. I have the normal white C9 that just go on the house. They're the classic look. You can't really go wrong with them. Everybody likes them. And I also have some twinkle bulbs, which is a benefit of incandescent, as you can have the random twinkle. So I have, different multiple colors of twinkle bulbs right here. And I use these. They work really well. I just bought these online from like Christmas lights, etc. I believe. And I also have, which is something a little bit different, is triple dipped transparent bulbs. And that's what I have right here. And the thing about these is they're darker than your normal bulbs. And so if you put blue and green right here, when they're off, it's hard to tell. And when they're on, as you can see, it has a darker light, has a little bit more of a moody light. It's pretty cool. I like them. So it just adds a different ambience to your lights if you use them inside or outside. They work well inside. The thing with incandescent is they get really hot, and these are 7 watts a piece, so they're going to use a lot more energy. And to get around that, we use LED bulbs. So let's check out the LEDs that I put on my house. Now that we've seen the mini incandescent lights, let's look at some of the mini LED lights that I like. I have net lights right here. I'm kind of like net lights. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I think they make it look a little bit too perfect sometimes, but they make it really easy to put lights on your bushes. Right here I have a set from Lowe's. I think they're just the GE version. And these are the classic LED mini light. They look like an incandescent bulb. I've had a few issues with these where some of them stop working. These are definitely not waterproof. They come out, you can change them, so they take a little bit of work. And then I bought a set of net lights from ProChristmas, and these just use the normal plug-in, and these are waterproof. I have not had any of these fail. The thing is, I think these are the bright white, and if I mix them with these, which are the warm white, they really stand out and they're really bright. So I like the color of these warm white lights better than I like the color on these ProChristmas ones, but they are the bright white, so they're just going to be a different look. They're going to be a different white, so they're hard to mix together, but these are definitely better quality, I can tell, than these. So now let's talk about my favorite mini LED lights that I love to put in my house. These I bought from Christmas Designers, and these are the ProChristmas brand. I bought them from their website. They also have them on their Amazon page, and these are completely waterproof because they're all one piece. It's really cool. And I have blue right here that have white strobe effect. I have green lights right here, and this last year I purchased some RGB WW, red, green, blue, and warm white. So I love these because I have not had any of them go bad. I have 10 strands of each color, and being 8 years old, none of these have gone bad. I do buy the coaxial version, and so they have a different connector that are completely waterproof. There's a little rubber gasket right here, and when you connect it, it goes in, creates a tight connection, and then you twist it tight and you don't get any water in there. So that has helped them last, but they are completely waterproof. The wires are nice and thick, and you can tell I've had these for 10 years because they're very pliable. So these ones are, a few years old, move a little bit easier because I've only had these a year. They're a little bit tougher to work with, but I put these on the tree on the front of my house that I wrap every branch. So I used to wrap them with just the green, and then I bought the blue for the other tree, but the big upgrade was going to these that are multicolored, and they have a little controller, and you can change the color to whatever you want them to be. So they can be blue or green to match. They can be red and white, like to match the lights I'm going to put on my house this year. They can be any color that you want, and they have the warm white, and we all know the warm white is just a nice classic vintage look. So you could tell if it's an LED light because it's usually very bright and harsh, but the warm white really makes it nice and easy to look at. One thing I really like about these lights is they have a high flicker rate. They are full wave, and so I think it's 120 hertz, so they don't have all that flicker when you move in front of them. If you've used LED lights, you know that they have that flicker. It can be super annoying. It can give you headaches, or if you're driving, you kind of see it out the corner of your eye. I haven't had any issues with these lights. So you are paying a premium for these lights, but they have been absolutely amazing, and I would buy these again in a heartbeat. Thankfully, I don't have to, because they do cost more than a normal strand, and I haven't had to replace them. But I absolutely love them. So now let's move over to my favorite C9 and C7 bulbs, which are Tru-Tone. And the second LED lights that I like to use are C9 and C7 bulbs from Tru-Tone. I found these a few years ago, and these are awesome. They are trying to mimic the incandescent look that you used to get with large bulbs, and they do a really good job at it. So I have the clear, and these are called Candle Glow, and they have C9 and C7 right here, and they're just the clear version. So the second bulbs I like to use are the Jewel Tone, and these are the bulbs with the clear coating, and as you can see, they look awesome. They are like the vintage bulbs that you can see through the paint, and when they light up, they have an awesome glow. So we have red and blue, they look really good. These are the C7 version, and they have the larger version, which are the C9, and 2 years ago, I put red and green all around my house of C9 Jewel Tone that are the clear. But they also have the classy color, which is the non-see-through paint, and I really like these. So right here we have the multicolored. I'm using the box from orange because I couldn't find my other box. We have red and blue when I put them away last year, and white, green, and orange. So there's a lot of different colors right there. And then they also have the C7 version, which are a little bit smaller. So these are some of my favorite bulbs to put around the roof of my house, around the windows. This year we are going to do red and white. I'm not sure if it's going to be red and white in classy color, or if it will be red and white in Jewel Tone and Candle Glow. So I'm going to decide which one's going to put around the house, or maybe a mixture of the two. But we've decided we're doing red and white around the roof of the house this year and around the windows. So it's going to be a variation of these. I'm going to do a video probably where I try to decide what I like better. But for LED bulbs that look like C9 and C7, these are the bulbs that I use. I really like them. They have lasted pretty well. There's been a little bit of fading on some of the smaller blue ones. They have different colors of blue as they've been getting better over time because they're still a fairly new company. But highly recommend these. These have gone really well. So now let's look at some of the fun lights that I like to put on my house. Here I have the lights that I think are just cool to put on your house. These are from a brand called Twinkly. Bought these either from Amazon or Christmas Designers. This set right here is from Lowe's. These are supposed to be a C9 version. They're just a small diode on the inside with a plastic bulb around it. So they're really not any brighter. These are the residential version, not the commercial ones. And so these are pretty easy to just plug in. You don't need all the extra stuff. You plug them in, you use your app, you control them. But what they do is you put them around your house, and then you use your phone and take a picture where every single bulb is, and it kind of basically turns your house into a giant TV. And you can change these to any color you want. You can do designs, you can do a lot of cool stuff. You can even play like memes and different things. So these are really cool. I put these on my bushes, and I put these around my driveway. I ran over one last year and they still worked. So they're pretty durable, I would say, if I run over with a car. But for just having cool lights on your house, and people are always asking how you can make different designs and like just rainbows, color things, anything you want, sunsets, logos, a lot of cool things you can do with this. And every year they seem to be getting better. So twinkly lights are really cool. They just make your house look awesome. So now we're gonna go to some of those specialized things that I put on my house that give it that final touch. A few years ago, I was in Gatlinburg and I saw snowfall lights, and I thought these were amazing. And they had them on the tree, and you just have these little diodes, and the lights start at the top and they go down to the bottom. They look really cool. So I found some at Target. That's what these are, and they worked pretty well. And then we had a snowstorm and it ruined a whole bunch of them. And at $20 a piece, they turned into trash. So then when I went back to Target, their new version were these, and they're even thinner and smaller, and they still work, but they're not very bright and they're not very big. So this is a 12-inch one right here. So then I went onto a website, Christmas Designers, and I saw that they have commercial snowfall lights. So I bought a few of them over the last 3 or 4 years, and these definitely cost more money, but these are amazing. Look how big these are. So here's a 3-foot one. Here is a 2-foot snowfall light and a 1-foot snowfall light. And as you can see, these ones are massive, and these are way brighter. These are waterproof. You can just tell the LED diodes in them are better. They're definitely larger, and there's more of them. And these look amazing. And I found that if you have these up high in a tree, you really need to have big ones, or else you don't really get the full effect. So when I put all these in my tree, it looks amazing. I have maybe 3 or 4 big ones, probably 8 or 9 of these 1-foot ones, and then maybe 5 of the 2-foot ones. Every year I basically add maybe 1 or 2 of these, 1 or 2 of these, and maybe 2 or 3 of these. So it's looking better and better every year because the price of these just add up. And so every year I've kind of added a little bit different to my house. One year was a lot of the Tru-Tone, one year was a lot of the ProChristmas lights, and then one year was some of these. Some of these are from Minion, some of these are from ProChristmas. These are from ChristmasDesigners.com, which is where I bought the ProChristmas lights. They also have those on the Christmas Designers Amazon page. So honestly, you can use all these. These work well. I still use them on my trees. You can find these at Target. You can find these on Amazon. There's a lot of different random varieties that you can buy. These ones are a lot cheaper than these, and they work well, and I really like them. Just over time, I've been converting to these more professional quality ones because it's something that I do every year, and I don't want to have to keep buying them over and over. But either one you buy will work. I would highly recommend at least buying a set and checking them out because they just look awesome. And they go great on a tree, like in your front yard. Here is the greenery that I put on my front steps. I bought these from Christmas Designers, and they have the ProChristmas bulbs right here built into it. This works really well. They had a lot of different sizes, and I think when you buy it, they even are the ones who put the lights on it, and it's all set up. I use it every year, just put it on my steps. It's real easy. I really like the white that comes from these, and because I knew the other ones I had have never gone bad, I felt good buying greenery that had the lights built in. I usually try to avoid that because when the lights go bad, like on a Christmas tree, it just kind of ruins the whole thing, and I've spent time trying to take all the lights off, and it's almost impossible. You're cutting and doing everything. But because I know the quality of these, at least for me, have gone really well, I was fine using them. And now let's look at the last thing on my list is for windows, and they are these cool candles. So right here I have my window candle, and I love these. These are from 612 Vermont. I really enjoy the light that comes out of them. These are automatic and they plug in, so you don't need batteries, you don't need to worry about them turning off, and they use a USB plug. So if I have multiple of them in a window, I can plug them all into a USB adapter, and it works really well. They have a sensor on it. You can have it stay on all the time or have it turn off and on depending on the ambient light. There's a little sensor right here. Sensor works really well, I've noticed. Haven't had any issues with that, but I love the flicker that comes from this. It does look real, and it kind of has like a rubber top to it. I made a whole video on this for more in-depth information. For window candles, I really like these because I wanted ones that were powered by an outlet and that would turn on and off by themselves, and that would look like a fire. And this hit all 3 of those, so I don't have to worry about that. Thanks for watching. These are all the lights that I put on my house. I might add a few throughout the year when I find some cool stuff online or at the store. I hope you find some ideas to put on your house. I'd love to hear about it because this is one of my favorite times of the year and one of my favorite things to do.